Hello everyone, it's Pat with our Angel Oracle card messages and readings for this upcoming week. Today's the 20th of September. And so this is for this week going through the 26th. I hope you're all doing well. We're past mid-September. And I of course brought out my Archangel cards for today to see what Archangel's overseeing us for the week. But I also brought out the fairies and the earth magic cards because there's been a lot of just earth stuff going on with the fires out in California, Oregon, and Washington. The hurricanes that are battling their or winding their way up the East Coast, some of them going into the Gulf. And there's just, and of course, I mean, there's so much upheaval in our country, and especially as we slide into this last month and a half before the election. I'm quite sure we're going to see a lot more drama, a lot more stuff in the news. So, but let's take heart and keep our spirits up. We are a great country, and with many wonderful people in it. And, there is a part of us that does know how to bond and unite. And anyways, let's see what messages we get, what archangels are overseeing us for this upcoming week, and what their messages are for us. What can we look forward to? I think there was a new moon that occurred recently in Virgo, as someone was telling me. And so new moons are always about new beginnings. And sometimes it can be hard to see that when there's so many losses going on. There's so many people that have died from this virus. There's people who have died from these disasters. People who have lost their homes, their livelihoods. And, well, there's a lot of loss going on. And you may have even lost a loved one. It might not have been due to either one of those things. Sometimes in the normal course of life, medical issues come up, and sometimes people die very suddenly, or they die from an illness that has nothing whatsoever to do with anything that's going on during our time. And, it can seem like a lot to manage, a lot to handle, especially in the current crisis. Because there's also a lot of tension going on, and there seems like a lot of extra things that we need to manage. So we have to remember to take care of ourselves, to nurture ourselves, our soul, our spirit. And of course, we always have the angels and the divine, whatever divinity you pray to, whether it be Jesus, whether you go directly to God or some other saint. We always have that team and extra help available to us. So anyways, let's call on the archangels for what card and message is overseeing us for this week. Okay. Beloved archangels, who do we call upon this week? Who's overseeing us? What are their messages for us? What do we need to know? What do you wish us to know? What can we call upon? Ooh, okay, there's one that's fallen out. And not a surprise. This literally came falling out of the deck as I was shuffling. This is the Archangel Shamuel with a message of comfort. Oh, I'm sorry, Azrael. Archangel Azrael. And it says, I am with you in your time of need, helping your heart to heal. Azrael is the angel who helps us to deal with grief and loss. Okay, all forms of loss, all the ones that I just mentioned, whether you've lost a loved one, a beloved friend, a beloved pet, whether you've lost a home or your livelihood, lost face, it doesn't matter. Shamuel is there to help with whatever kind of loss you're dealing with. And loss is, it's really interesting to contemplate because not all losses are sad losses. If you've lost weight, for example, I have this week. I'm very happy about that. So that's a loss that I'm happy about. But sometimes when there's a loss of a struggle, something that's been really difficult for you in your life, and it's finally over, that loss isn't, it's a happy loss. You're glad to be, let it go and be done with it. But the loss of people, the loss of a livelihood, that's tougher to deal with. So Shamuel is here in many ways, working through many of us, working through the systems that we have in place, as well as helping us to create new ones that bring comfort to people, okay? So that's a very welcome message. I'm not surprised that he has shown up with us and for us. So Shamuel can help in other ways. If you haven't personally lost someone or personally lost something that was near and dear to you, he can help you be of service to somebody else who has. Maybe helping you with the right words to say or the right gesture. And now I want to say it's even in a more difficult time, because when people do lose someone, the support of the community can't be there in person because of the whole COVID virus thing going on. And I know I recently had, there was a family friend that passed away at the beginning of September. And I have these days sometimes where I completely forget there's a virus going on. I wear a mask every day. I wear it when I go out. I wear it to work. But there are still some times when I completely forget. And I have to turn around and go back and get it. But I was feeling guilty and horrible because I didn't go to any service. I didn't hear about any services that they had. And then it dawned on me later, I said, well, they didn't have a service because of the whole COVID thing. They probably just had their immediate family there. So it's a really strange time. But Shamuel can help you in numerous ways. If it's keeping you awake at night and you're finding yourself having a really difficult time sleeping, getting through your day, I keep saying Shamuel. So Shamuel must want to be here with us too, but Azrael is the angel that brings comfort during times of grieving. And he's very easy to call upon to be with you and to surround you. And if you're doing some kind of grief counseling or helping someone who's grieving, Azrael can also help you shield yourself so you don't take on too much of their grieving energy, so you're still able to function yourself. So that's a very long spiel. And I keep saying Shamuel instead of Azrael. So maybe Shamuel wants to be here with us too. And Shamuel is the vision of God. And I want to say he's probably around because there are things being brought to light, okay? There's a lot. I mean, there's already been a lot that's come to light, but there's even more. And I know I've mentioned this in several videos, but Shamuel is, as I mentioned, is the vision of God. That's what his name means. So he helps us to see things clearly, and helps us. He's also considered to be the finding angel. Helps us to find things, whether it's your car keys that you've lost, or a life path, or something along those lines. But he helps you to find the truth, or to see the truth. And what I get with him coming in is that there's a lot of things that are coming to light, even more things. And Shamuel also helps to transmute the energy of pain to peace. So that's probably a lot of where we're at right now, is that need to help transmute the energy of pain to peace, to heal old wounds, so we can move forward in a new way and restore balance to and inner harmony to ourselves. And as we restore it to ourselves, we restore it to our communities and our country. So, okay, let's go dig into what the fairies want to tell us for today. Got my fairy deck. I actually have them sitting in the dirt, so they're very close to the earth. All right, fairies, what do you want us to know? Fairies are very uplifting too. So going outside, going outdoors is a great way to lift your spirit, process your feelings, your emotions. A lot of us are going through some really intense transitions right now, okay? And that can make you feel very vulnerable. because you can't, it's like being between worlds, you know. The old one is going away, that one chapter of your life is closing, the new one, you're getting ready to open the new one, but you can't really see the path yet. You can't see how it's all coming together, and that can leave you feeling a little like in limbo, and it's a little unnerving at times. Okay, so let's see what else. Fairies. Woo. Okay. I'm going to shuffle a little bit more. Fairies, what do you wish us to know today? What would your message be for us? Okay. Ooh, this one's popped out. All right. So this message wants to come to us. It says, ask for what you want. And it says, let the universe and other people know what you need. Okay. So we're in a time of new beginnings and manifesting new things and bringing new things into our life. So as you reach out to your angels, your divinities, it's a reminder to do that, to be clear on what you need. And sometimes we have to make others aware of what our needs are. Sometimes we're not always, we get into that accustomed place of saying, oh yeah, it's fine, and we just deal with it. But sometimes we do need to stop and just let people know what we need, because they don't always know. Sometimes we think that, we shouldn't have to ask somebody to do something, or that they should just know, or see it and know that it needs to be done, or something like that. But that's not always the case. Not everybody's a mind reader. They don't know where we're at, and sometimes we do need to tell people what we need. Okay, so it's a little message about, being more, maybe being aware a little bit more of communicating with people, and expressing some of your needs to them. Okay, and it's okay to ask for what you want sometimes. Okay, we're all helping each other out, and so anyways, that's the reminder at the beginning, and maybe that's what we're doing at the beginning of this week. We're kind of just getting clear on that. And what's interesting is, in this picture, he's of course taking the dandelion, and you know how he's doing that, like little kids we were taught to do. You pick up the dandelion and you make a wish and you blow on it, and you blow all the seeds out. That's what he's doing. So it's kind of like the fairies' way of saying, make a wish, think about something that you want. Okay. All right, what else do they wish us to know? Also, because when you're in a time of a lot of change and upheaval, and there's a lot going on, you do want to take the time to shift your attention from worrying about things and shift it over to, okay, if I'm worried about this, if this is what I don't want to happen, what would I love for myself? What would bring my heart peace? And shifting your focus and attention to that. Another card that popped out again is this one, self-reliance. Okay. And I want to say that what I hear when I look at that is that you're stronger than you think. This angel, okay, she doesn't have any clothes on. And most of us without our clothing would feel quite vulnerable. And so she's kind of covering herself here. And it's a reminder that you have what it takes, okay? You can rely upon yourself. You can trust your own intuition. You can trust your own abilities. And you're stronger than you think. You have a lot more going for you than what you may think you do, okay? And let's see. Yeah, sometimes it's a reminder, if you're thinking about going out on your own, either maybe going out on your own into self-employment, or going out on your own as in maybe leaving your home and living on your own for the first time, getting your own place or apartment, that you have you have what it takes to do that. You can make it. And there's lots of support systems in place to help you do that. Okay. I'll see if I get any other messages. Okay, fairies, is there any other message for us? This one's flying out of the deck. Of course, truth be told, it is a big deck, and it's a little tough to handle. Dreams coming true, okay? So there are some things coming to fruition for some of you out there, okay? Some of the things that you've invested, you know, maybe you've already had some new beginnings for yourself. Some of the things that you have been wanting to step into in your life. Maybe you wanted to start fresh, start anew, do a reboot. Some of those are coming to fruition, okay? Something that you've been needing or desiring for yourself. This one also flipped out, no worries, okay? And it says, surrender cares and worries to God and the angels and know that everything is truly in divine order, which is a little tough sometimes when we're looking at what's going on in the world. It's like, come on, it's not divine order out there. It is chaos. But sometimes, you know, chaos is, there's a lot of things that come of it. We learn to deal with adversity. We find strengths and attributes sometimes that we did not know that we had. That's that self-reliance card, okay? And I also feel that part of this card is, again, they're wanting you to know that this too shall pass. This time shall pass. Next year at this time, we will be in a much better place. This country will be in a much better place, okay? There'll be a lot more balance. I mean, yeah, there's going to be a lot of new things because we're going into a new normal, and things truly are not going to be the same as what they were, okay? But in many ways, we're going to be in a much better place as a country. And I feel we'll be quite a bit more united again. We'll have come together again as a country, okay? So we will have built a lot of things anew, okay? All right, so let's look at the Earth Magic cards and these are some wonderful deck by Stephen Farmer. And it has the tree of life on the front, and it's very beautiful. It's so funny, Gaia right in the back, the earth. So what are the messages? Okay, what's going on with the earth? What do we need to know about? What are the messages these cards want? Okay. Now, this card, as I was shuffling, kind of flipped over and made itself known. And this is full moon. And the message is completion. Okay? So, I mean, I don't think we're in the time of a full moon. Like I said, a friend of mine mentioned to me that we are now in a new moon again. Okay? But it is known that September, which is represented by the number 9, is about completion. There are a lot of things that are coming to completion as we enter new beginnings, okay? So, and what I feel is that for some of you out there, as you're stepping into new arenas in your life, okay, you're going to have to put completion on other areas. Remember I mentioned that transition a little bit ago? You're not quite finished, or not entirely out of the old chapter, but you're not quite in the new chapter either. And I said sometimes that can be a little unsettling because you can't see how things are going to play out. But you do need to complete things, okay? So there's that energy of completing things. And, you know, that can take different forms. It can take the form of, you know, having a conversation or a communication with someone to put closure on something and to get a clearer understanding. Doesn't mean you have to, you know, entirely reconnect with somebody if there's been a dispute or a disagreement that's taken place, but you maybe just have a conversation that puts some completion on it, or you know, put the finishing touches on maybe something on your home that you've been redecorating or rebuilding or what have you. You know, it's putting those finishing touches and putting completion on it, bringing the project or some part of your life to its conclusion, okay? And you know, I also feel like it's just signaling that in the bigger picture of things, I know, like I said, we're going through a lot of chaos right now in our world and our country, and but as ugly and as scary as it seems sometimes, that's part of what it's doing. It's bringing completion to things, okay? I also got to hit some people are completing books. I know there's already been a lot of books that have come out that are shining the light on things, but this whole year I know has seemed so horrific, but it's putting a completion, tying up the end of some longer term cycles that have been going on for quite some time, okay? And I feel like that's the kind of like the bigger picture. And sometimes as we put completion on it, things, it's nice when they work out smooth and easy and great and it's very clear cut, but sometimes it isn't always. And it can look a little bit messy as you're trying to bring completion to something. You know, you can feel like you still have stuff everywhere that needs to be cleaned up. So, but have faith in that. There's I want to say there's moon energy behind it, which you can capitalize on the energies of the moon. So anyways, let's see what other messages there are. And I'll look at that card and see what else comes up. Anything else you want to tell us? So attend to all the things that, if you have any loose ends hanging out there in the breeze in your life, if you're wanting to move into a new chapter, it's, you know, we're entering into a time where you have to kind of tie up those loose ends, is part of what I feel about that message too. And all right, okay. Oh, we got desert with Vision Quest. So the Vision Quest is something that people undertake where they go out into the desert, and usually native tribes do this, where they really go without a lot of food and water, and you know, to seek out a vision that has meaning and significance for them, and can bring about healing for their life or a direction. So, you know, I want to touch base with the booklet real quickly about what that one might mean for us. Vision Quest. And I might need my other glasses for it, because those aren't strong enough. All right, Vision Quest. Desert, 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 desert. Sometimes it takes a little bit to find these. Okay. Yeah. So it describes what a vision quest is, which is very much what I mentioned to you, okay? Sometimes people carry also sacred items with them. And you just spend time in quietness and solitude. In that practice of vision, going out for a vision quest, they spend a lot of time praying and meditating. So it can be a very powerful, life-changing experience for some people. And part of the other reason they do it is to discover the truth about their purpose in life, okay? And so, you know, in terms of what this might mean for us in a general reading, it may be helpful for you to get outdoors and spending that quiet time to help clarify your own vision and to get your own insights, all right, as to where things are going next for you and what the next steps are. See what visions, what comes into your own vision, or what you find yourself when you're in that space, what you find that's going through your mind, your head, and your heart, and what's going through your mind and what's going through your mind's eye, and what your heart feels about it, okay? Because there's probably messages in it for you. All right, and last but not least, because we don't want this already coming up on half an hour reading, I pulled out the Akashic Tarot, okay, for a message for us. So let's see what that is. Call upon the Akashic Records. Open the Akashic Records. What is their message? What kind of message comes up for us? What do we need to know for our week, our work, our world? All right. Nothing usually comes flying out of this deck, so it's more of a when is the right time to pick it. Ooh, we got a nice breeze along with that. Ooh, okay, this one looks like it wants to come. Oh, balance. Seven of Forces. So in this deck, let's see. The forces, we have the Seven of Forces. So it says the card reveals a time of harmony, balance, and justice in your life. A desk holds balanced scales, scrolls, and stacks of light-filled, it's in a light-filled room. It indicates a time of balance is at hand. All systems through the body, through nature, and society seek to achieve balance. Stop and consider the parts of your life that you can bring into greater balance. During this time, the universe helps you to do so. You might have to confront legal issues, paperwork. There may be a need for some legal action regarding a property, inheritance, work contracts, a custody or a divorce, something to do with children, what have you. If you've lost loved ones, you may be having to deal with the settling of their estate, things like that. That's a part of the energy of they're bringing to completion. And it says, take heart at the sight of the golden light that washes over the scene. A sign that all issues will come to light and that a beneficial and just resolution is coming your way. Justice is balance in society, but the Akashic records show that justice is not limited strictly to court and contract situations. Justice and reciprocity are energetic, so the energy you put forth now will return to you in the future. Remember that your energy production is up to you, and continue to be aware of your thoughts and actions. Inner balance now leads to a beautiful destiny tomorrow. So this very much, I want to say completes, not only does it complete the reading for today, but it's again a reminder to us. Remember I said this too shall pass. Things are coming back into balance. Justice will be served, but there's things that need to be completed first. Things that need to be brought to light, where justice needs to be served, things that needs to be completed, legal issues or, whatever that may be for you. So anyways, those are our reading and those are our messages that I get from the cards for us this week. Thank you all so much for joining me. I know I wasn't on last week, so I wanted to get back on again this week. Thank you so much for watching the videos. I appreciate whatever comments that you leave, and if you like the video, please click the like button and subscribe or what have you. So anyways, thank you so much. Have a wonderful week. Take care, everyone.